Good evening, good afternoon, and or good morning to everybody and anybody who is listening. This is Night Owl. And of course, welcome to Night Owl's Corner, the swamp, if you will. Now, granted, the swamp's not exactly the most nicest of places, but it's got its own gentle appeal. Its own visage can be fairly disgusting to some people's eyes, but the bayou and its life can always give you something fun. Today I'm going to be talking about plans for the month of January and hopefully invite you to see some of the more earlier and some of the backstage pieces of what I'm going to be working on for most of this month, even though I'm probably going to be busy with a lot of what I'm doing. So let's start with one of the big things that I'm working on and one of the bigger things that I'm reworking. So first things first, let's start with the rework. When I first released the short story collection, The Tales of Mises, a lot of the stories themselves were extremely long and lengthy. Their character work was good, but a lot of its structure, its language, grammar, and so much more could have been greatly improved. So, I'm reworking almost every single one of them to hopefully deliver a much more better quality product. And the best part about this delivery is that all of these stories from the short story collection will be absolutely free to anybody. Not just to patrons who subscribe to tier 1, 2, or 3, but to anybody who decides to jump on the page and wants something to read. Now, anything that involves reworks will be released for free for anybody. That means you're going to be getting all 4 stories, from Cold Mountains to Endless Sun to Waters Never Sleep, and, well, of course, the final story that I'm kind of blanking on at the moment. Sorry. There we go. Steel Warrior. My apologies. Now, what does that mean in terms of other big projects that I may be working on or finishing? Well, so far I've got 2 projects in the oven. One is currently going through rewrites and drafts, which, by the way, I will allow early access to anybody that decides to subscribe to the tier 1 or 2 sides, but I will also be giving updates on them. One is currently a novel that will be finished some point in the year. I'm not exactly sure on the times table, but I'm certain that it will be released in the early parts of the year, hoping to get a very big jump on the February market. And 2 is a romance novel that I am starting to work on and trying to finish as best as I can. I'm sorry, romance isn't the easiest one for me to work on, 90% of the time. So if I take my time with updates with this story, it's because I'm really trying to get this stuff done as gently and as easily as possible. I've been stuck working on this for a while, pretty much at the end of 2025. So yeah, hopefully by the time you get this one in, everybody is informed on this, and the first chapters / redrafts of the first chapters from the short story collection will be of Cold Mountains, and they will release at approximately on the 6th. Isn't that nice? The first chapters you will receive is chapter 1, and hopefully a lot of what I've redone with chapter 1 and chapter 0 affects how you view the story and how much it has changed. Now, if you're wondering why I've decided to change it, you can always tune into the behind the scenes area, which will be free to anyone for the reworks. And of course, I will happily grant anyone access if they're interested. Anyway, this is Night Owl, and I will see you in the behind the scenes or in the next Swamp Update.